So, as requested, here is a guide to, ta-da, comics, or the graphic novels which we sit in front of when we do our Q&As. As some salient soul did say, oh, why don't you give a talk through them? I will be a quick talk, because if I go through everything, we will be here forever. So, starting off at the top, we have Akira. So there's Akira Club. There's then the Graffiti Designs hardcovers, of which they only did 5. There's then the Japanese language editions, because obviously. There's then the Epic prestige format comics. We then have Lone Wolf and Cubs, Katsuo Koike and Goseki Kojima's Epic, as originally published by First. Then it's the regular quote-unquote comics, which are basically just alphabetically. So there's things like Kurt Busiek and Brent Anderson's Astro City, which was a brilliant deconstruction of superheroes. The Batman stuff that I've still got left. There's the Daredevil Frank Miller stuff, as well as the original Joe Quesada, Jimmy Palmiotti rerun, which kick-started everyone's interest in Daredevil again. Joe Linsner's Dawn, which was a huge fan of. The Neil Adams Deadman collection. All of Adam Warren's Dirty Pair, which is fantastic, albeit cheesy. But Adam Warren's amazing, so that's that answered. There's Freak Angels, which is Warren Ellis and Paul Duffield's amazing web series, which Avatar collected as hardcovers. Alan Moore and Eddie Campbell's From Hell, which is really rather nifty. There's then yet another web comic. This time it's Girl Genius by the Folios, not Foglios, as I always thought it was. Moving down, we've got the Japanese Ghost in the Shell hardcovers, some Grendells, few bits, bobs, odds and sods, random things like Grifter She. Why is that there? Answer, Travis Charest, or Cherie. There's David Max Kabuki's, currently focusing on Alan Moore's ABC line, so Tom Strong, Top 10, Promethea, etc. Moving down, there's almost a full set of Eduardo Riso and Brian Azzarello's fantastic 100 Bullets. Garth Ennis and Steve Dillon's brilliant and highly offensive Preacher, as well as the run on The Punisher that they did. Greg Rucker's Superlative Queen and Country. There's Rascals in Paradise by Jim Silk, a fella who needs to have done more but hasn't. Runaways, which I've not read in a wee while, truth be told. A few more Superman bits and bobs. It was the Jim Lee stuff, I think, that's in there. And hopefully hiding in there as well should be the Superman for All Seasons. So down to the bottom shelf we have Anurin Wright's Things to Do in a Trailer Park, which is fantastic, along with the classics in Alan Moore's V for Vendetta and Watchmen. More Greg Rucka with Whiteout, as well as Grant Morrison and Steve Yole's deconstruction of superheroes in Zenith, although I've only got books 1 and 2. Moving up onto the next shelf, behind Wally and Godzilla, and indeed underneath them for most of the other shelf, we have Stan Sakai. It's pretty much all Usagi Yojimbo. Yeah, I'm a little bit obsessed by this. So I'm going to stop there, because otherwise I will just talk and talk and talk and talk and talk about it. However, what I will do is move on to the Complete Calvin and Hobbes by Bill Watterson, which is something you really need to read, because it's amazing and fantastic. And I'll leave it at that, because again, I will just not stop talking about it. Moving down to the next shelf, we have the collection of Studio Ghibli art books, because yes, the Ghibli films are amazing, but just seeing how they storyboarded them, and indeed Hayao Miyazaki's sort of watercolours to establish the sort of the tone of the piece, They're really, really lovely. There's a couple of other assorted art books there, things like Barry Windsor Smith's Opus, some Tara McPherson books, Vaughan Baudet, obviously Milk and Cheese, because duh, it's milk and cheese. They're 32 ounces of pure protest hate. Moving on to the next shelf, it's again sort of weirdly shaped and sized books. Obviously there's a lot of art books there. So there's Godzilla, Tron, etc. There's some Gainax art books that are side on because they won't fit anywhere else. Moving further along, there's David Peterson's Mouse Guard, The Abominable Charles Christopher as well, along with some books. So we've got Greg Rucka's Queen and Country prose novels, Tim Keeble and Andrew Cheverton's Fantastic West, which is a western. And then moving down to the bottom shelf, we have the Dark Horse hardcover collection, for want of a better description. So it's basically the complete Sin City and Mike Mignola's Hellboy, along with a couple of other art books tagged on the end. So that was the main collection. As you can see, there's more here, but it's bits, bobs, odds and sods, and I really, really, really will be here all day. So yeah, oversized stuff. Let's leave it at that. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe. There's Patreon as well. There will be nothing comic related on there, but what there will be is lots of Ivy's wonderful, amazing recipes, which you really want to be a part of because you want to be a part of it. You're lovely people. You know this. Show it. So yes, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.